Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. It is mail call time from Damn Designs through Patric Silva. I mean, I don't know what's the arrangement here and it doesn't really matter because Patric is an awesome dude. So Damn Designs, Patric, thank you for this. And I am super excited because, well, you guys see this and you know that in that video I talked about getting the Ichor Lite. So this is the Ichor Lite and it's in a nice pink colored padded envelope. So gonna just crack this thing open and we'll just do the unboxing together. Here we go. What? There's an extra note? Hey Ben, enjoy the Space-let Proto 1 of 1. Love, Pat. Proto? Space-let? What? Okay, I'm gonna stick this here as kind of like part of the backdrop for today. That's interesting. This thing is really light. It feels like there's nothing in there. I don't know what that is, but okay, so there's actually a second packet here. What? Ichor Lite stainless steel, that's right guys. So I bought this. I jumped on the order when it was announced. This is the Ichor, you guys are already familiar with this, and it is rocking the echo buttons from Unquiet Hands. Okay, since we're all here for the Ichor Lite, let's see the Ichor Lite first, and I'm assuming that this is it because this one has the Damn Designs logo on it, but this pouch here is the Damned EDC pouch. So let's check out the Ichor Lite first. Oh, yes! It looks great. It looks great. My hair's standing. I'm so excited because I've been waiting. Wow. I'm really impressed. And the reason why I'm so impressed the moment it's out of the bag is because I didn't know what kind of finish the inner cuts would have, but these are actually finished off really well. It's like, wow, it's very nicely rounded and it's still got machining marks on the inside. I don't even know if it could be picked up on camera, but yeah, it's so well done. Okay, and it's got the spiral gyre buttons. There we go. This is what it looks like on the inside. And you guys know I love the combination of the echo buttons and the Ichor spinner. So before I give that a first spin, let's check out what Patric has in store for us. It is called the Space-let. It is a 1 of 1 proto. And what is this? Wow! Wow, how cool is... Wow! Okay, how cool is that? Alright, so this is a bracelet, I guess, but it's called a Space-let because it does look like it's very space themed. And aha! So it's a stretchable, elastic, it's like kind of a magic stretch kind of thing. Okay, so we've got some brown, earthy ones. A little bit three-dimensional in terms of the way it looks. And then going down the line, we actually have these narrow, oval-shaped beads here. So it's two on each side, so it's kind of like separating the middle part here. And then we've got these. I love this iridescent color. Wow. Okay, you know what? This is gonna come off for now. I'm gonna put this on and we'll see how that looks. Oh, it's a perfect fit. Dude, that's sick. Okay, I'm wearing this out today for sure. Wow, Patric. Thank you. I'm gonna have to find out more information about this. What's going on here? Why is this included in my package? I guess I'll put links to... I don't know if Patric is going to be running a page on his own or something. If there's any links that I can share, I will put them in the description box down below, of course. So now, with that aside, and on my wrist actually, let's go back to the Ichor Lite and let's give it a first spin. Here we go. Dude, that is fast. And it's so smooth. I'm getting some kind of a little warp here. On camera. Wait a minute, that is trippy. Okay, what I'm seeing as I record it on screen is really trippy looking. I don't know if that'll translate out when I finally edit and render the video, but look at that. That's trippy, guys. That's so trippy. Okay, it's warping on my screen. I hope it warps in the final output because, you know, frame rate and stuff. That's so cool. It looks like a button on my finger and then something just spinning around it like a halo or something. That's nuts. That is so cool. Okay, that's pretty sick. I gotta say, that's pretty sick. That's pretty darn sick. Wow, okay, I'm so impressed with this. Compared to this one is just heavy. It's a heavy weight, but same beautiful design. This one spins so fast though. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about the machining qualities here. The spiral buttons actually look like they're in a better condition than the one that I received from Mike. I mean, no disrespect to Mike, but you know, maybe because it's been used. Okay, something weird just happened, and this is the first time I faced this problem. My phone actually overheated, so I had to kind of cool it down before I could come back and continue recording. So if the frame is just shifted, or if the colors are a little bit different, I apologize, because I've never had that happen to me before. So anyway, let's carry on with the buttons. I was talking about them, and I was saying that these should be straight off the press from the machinist, and they look very, very well done. They're a lot more polished than I remember the first time I actually dealt with buttons like these. So from the side itself, it looks super shiny up here as well. Really, really well done. And well, same thing, it's not sharp. It's been finished off really, really well. So very comfortable buttons. Now let's talk about the spinner frame. And I mentioned earlier that all these inner edges here are totally rounded. Like, okay, rounded is not the right word, but it's been very well finished. It's still got a nice hard edge, but it is not sharp at all. Not sharp at all. It's not even as sharp as, say, for example, the edges on some buttons, but this is so well done. Even in here, the core of the spinner that houses the bearings is also very well finished. And of course, we have the Damn Designs logo, and I realized that I didn't talk about the logo when I was talking about the Ichor, but the logo is a little bit different. The one on the Ichor looks like it's printed on, and the one on the Ichor Lite looks like it's lasered on. You can see a little bit of the etch and a little bit of the burnt area surrounding it, whereas this one is just a kind of like an ink print. Either way, it looks pretty good. I do wish the laser etching was a little bit further out, because it looks like it's kind of like touching the top and the middle line of the spinner itself. Looks a little bit claustrophobic, a little bit cramped in that area versus this. But you know, it's a very nice treatment anyway. I like when you actually have that logo. The Damn Designs logo looks really well on the spinners that they put out. And now I've got the succubus buttons, and I'm gonna put these on to the Ichor Lite, and let's see how this looks. There we go. Okay, this looks pretty it's pretty good. This looks pretty darn awesome, I gotta admit. What? Okay. This is cool. This is cool. Okay, wait. At this point of time, I gotta tell you guys that the first impressions on this, in terms of fidgetability, is better than this. I think maybe it could be due to the sheer weight. You know, this one, the solid Ichor, is a little bit heftier. And so, you know, you kind of really feel that triangular shape a lot more versus the Ichor Lite, which is so much more lighter, but it just makes everything, I guess, a little bit easier to handle since there's less kind of real estate stretching out here for your fingers to land on. So this weight actually makes it a lot more fidgetable. It spins faster, yet it doesn't feel too light. It doesn't feel as light as, say, for example, a smaller sized titanium spinner or maybe a carbon fiber spinner. So the impressions on this are actually pretty good in terms of fidgetability. We don't even have to talk about the aesthetics, because you guys know I love the aesthetics. Really quick size comparison for you guys. Bam! Next to a stubby. You guys already know because you saw the size comparison of the Ichor with a stubby. So in terms of the actual measurements of this, it is the same dimensions as the Ichor, just a skeletonized version, and it's called the Ichor Lite. I really enjoy this, and I'll be putting this on my EDC for the next few days, and then getting back to you guys and letting you all know what I think about it, really. But at this point of time, I gotta say that I really enjoyed this. So I don't see a reason why I'm not gonna enjoy this, to be honest with you. Like, first of all, the looks are killer. To me, it's beautiful. To me, it's just beautiful. But now that it is a lot more fidgetable, upon my first impressions, I think this is one of the winners. Alright, so I'll catch you guys in the next part.
One eternity later.
I know it's been a long time coming, but I am back finally. I know it's been like, what, almost 2 months before I was comfortable enough to sit down with the Ichor Lite and tell you guys what I think about it. Now, I did admit in a few other videos that I've made throughout this time that I was constantly comparing the Ichor Lite to the Ichor, and that's because you guys know I really like the Ichor, and I actually put the echo buttons on the Ichor and made it more perfect in a sense. But what I want to say is that the Ichor Lite is much more fidgetable than the Ichor, most probably because of its weight. Now, this thing feels like it's like a fraction of the weight of the full-size Ichor, but probably it's just like maybe half the weight. The middle parts have all been skeletonized away, and the weights are thrown outwards, which makes for a very fidgetable experience, and you guys can tell simply because of the speed that this thing really is very light and super fidgetable. And with that said, that also is a factor that should be taken into consideration when we're talking about the buttons on the Ichor Lite. Now, these buttons came with the Ichor Lite, and I will say again, by no means are these buttons anything bad at all. In fact, to me, they work much better on the Ichor Lite versus them working on the full-sized Ichor. I think that's because of the sheer weight of it, but it does feel alright. However, I don't think it looks that great. Once again, I don't know the pairing or the matching up of it, because all of this is so textured all the way around. And it's got a very nice juxtaposition of curves and sharp edges or angles, but the buttons are kind of like spiral and they're kind of flat, and they are, I guess, kind of polished, as you can see. So unfortunately, it is a pair of buttons that I didn't really like on the Ichor Lite, mainly due to aesthetics. So I swapped them out for a Sage button as well as the Echo button, and I really love the way it looks with a pair of Sage buttons or the Echo buttons on it. Now, I did mention in the earlier part of the video that I was going to be ordering some extra Echo buttons from Unquiet Hands, and I did, but stupid me did not realize that those were 25mm Echo buttons, and so they would not fit unless I used washers. But using washers would also raise the height of the buttons, and then you could see a small gap in between the button and the spinner frame, and that's something that I did not like. So that's my fault. I actually have two pairs of 25mm Echo buttons now, and I think I'll just give them to William because he mentioned that he could use them for some other purposes. And I'm now hoping that Tom of Unquiet Hands will be making 24 or 23mm Echo buttons for sale separately. I'm just waiting for that. Right now, I've got the Sage buttons here, and the Sage were initially sitting on the Incubus or the Succubus. Wait, let me get that right. It was the Succubus. It was initially there, and I took it off for the sake of trying them out on the Ichor Lite, and I really enjoy it. But they will still go back there because I feel that they fit like a hand in glove, you know. But this one though, if I'm able to snag, maybe for example on the secondary market, an extra set of 24mm Echo buttons, I will, just for this. And basically that's it in a nutshell. I've really enjoyed my experience with the Ichor Lite. Now I just want to show you guys a little bit more details about it. You guys already saw it was a press fit spinner, so in terms of that bearing retention method, that is great. Now on to the machining of this, and I really didn't go into much detail about the machining because I wanted to try it out. But I gotta tell you guys, no problem with the machining whatsoever. I did not cut myself and I did not experience any discomfort at all, even though the sharpest points are technically on the inside of the arms here. But you guys can see it's a little bit dusty, and that's inevitable. Every once in a while you're gonna have to find a way to clean it, like just clean it out with a microfiber cloth or maybe an old toothbrush or something, I don't know, but you have to do that constantly because dust gets trapped in there, dust and particles and all that. But that is the trade-off of having a skeletonized spinner. So back to the machining itself, the quality is really good, machining marks are present. I really think this is a job well done, especially on the inside. Like I said, it is very nicely finished. Now this looks like a rounding to me on the inside, and that could also attribute to why it feels so good. I know that there were some people that I was talking to online and they shared some concern on whether this was going to be sharp, and I'm here to say it is not at all. In terms of the fidgetability wise, like I said, it is more fidgetable than the full-sized Ichor, and you guys know I like the full-size Ichor. I think it looks great. It's not the best fidgeter in the world, but this has taken the fidgetability up a notch. However, the trade-off is that it is a much lighter spinner now, so for those of you who want something heavier, then the Ichor Lite isn't for you. But if you're going for aesthetics and you're going for pure fidgeting fun, then the Ichor Lite is going to be a good contender. So just to demonstrate, pullbacks are great, push forwards are great. Even if you change it to your middle finger and thumb grip, pullbacks on your index finger is good, push forwards on your index finger is good as well. And because of the weight, I believe now really is because of the weight, this is a lot more fidgetable with the index finger versus what it was on the Ichor. For example, like this one, it really made me feel like I had to pull it back really far just so I could get a satisfying push forward flick, and sometimes I wouldn't be able to pull it back nicely. But I think it's because really it's so light now that it's really easy to just fidget with. Pulling back on your index finger doesn't require too much strength, and pushing forward as well doesn't require me to pull back all the way so far to give it a good strong flick forward. I just have to just flick it lightly and this thing just goes. It's really fun. However, of course, if you're into long spins, then yep, this is definitely going to lose out in terms of long spins when we talk about the full-sized Ichor. I'm just going to give it a very light spin. Alright, and you can see that this has already started to slow down significantly, simply because, yes, it's the weight, everyone. So yeah, something for you to consider if you are interested in long spins. Now last but not least, I'm gonna give you guys a quick size comparison because I think I've said enough about the Ichor Lite. You guys already know because most of the aesthetics can be compared to the Ichor. So if you're interested in finding out what I had to say about the Ichor, make sure that you watch that review video. I'll put a link down in the description box below for that. Now here is the Ichor, wait, just move the Ichor away. Here is the Ichor Lite size comparison against a stubby. There we go. Stack them on top and you guys can see. I would consider this around the same zone, I guess, the same kind of size range. in my opinion. That's basically it. I've said what I wanted to say, and I think that it's a great spinner. I really love the design. And to be fair, I was fishing for gripes or negative points to talk about, and I think the only one that I have to say is I don't really like the way the Damn Designs logo is applied here on the Ichor Lite versus the Ichor itself. Yeah, I have to admit that the Damn Designs logo on the Ichor looks a little bit squashed. The Damn Designs logo was supposed to be a perfect hexagon, but it's squashed out. Here on the Ichor Lite though, it is a perfect hexagon, but the placement looks a little bit strange. I wish it was further out, just by a little bit, like further out towards the outer part of the arm. And of course, I don't like the way it was done. This laser etching or whatever this was looks a little bit fuzzy and doesn't stand out at all. Looks more like a mistake in terms of application versus this. So yeah, just a little something that I wanted to share. I mean, I could get rid of it by stone washing this whole thing, but then if I do that, I'll lose all these beautiful machining marks. So, you know, nothing is really perfect here, but it is a nice fidgeter and a rather compelling purchase if you guys are interested in this. So the price I got this at was $60 US. I actually hopped onto the pre-order. I believe it was a pre-order. I don't know if there's going to be another drop of the Ichor Lites in the pipeline. So for me, I'm really glad that I managed to snag the Ichor and the Ichor Lite. This one, once again, was purchased on the secondary market, but this one was procured directly from Damn Designs because after I tried this, I really didn't want to miss out on this, and I really like the aesthetics of this. To me, that is the #1 point. I really love the way it looks. Just wish that the buttons looked a little bit better. And that is it. Verdict time. How many fucks do I give the Ichor Lite? I give it 2 fucks. That's because there are some gripes, not really major gripes, but really I wish the buttons looked a little bit better because it happened on the Ichor. I was kind of wondering if Adrian over at Damn Designs was going to take in customer feedback, because I believe that majority of the people that bought the Ichor started to swap the buttons out, and I don't know, maybe he has an excess stock of these buttons, I don't know, but I don't think they go very well with this design. But oh well, I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, if he thinks it's cool, then it's cool, because like I said, it's not a bad button by any means. It just, I don't think aesthetically wise it looks good as a matchup between that and the Ichor frame. Also, logo placement really seems to be like an afterthought. I mean, it's nice to have the Damn Designs logo. It's always nice to have it because it's quite a sleek logo and it's very nicely applied most of the time, but in this case I think it looks a little bit weird. But that is, like I said, again, it's a very personal opinion. And the last thing that you'd have to consider is the trade-off between weight and spin time. So fast flicks, good fit stability, lower spin time, lightweight. That is the Ichor Lite. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking all the way throughout and sharing in this slice of my life. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like the content that I'm putting out, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new uploads that I put out. Also, I run a Patreon page. I put a link up there so you guys can check it out if you want to. And if you do become a patron of mine, thank you so much in advance. And just as I end this video, I hope that I've provided enough information to help you decide whether or not the Ichor Lite is a spinner for you. I'm glad to have it in my collection. It might not be for everyone. If really looks of a spinner plays a big part, then yeah, I don't think you'll find this ugly at all. I mean, yeah, it's a subjective thing, but I really think it looks beautiful. I think it looks great, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. And that, I believe, basically counts for everything. I will catch all of you in the next slice of my life. And until then, everyone, gaga, boost.